Shalom.
Brothers and great brothers, I'm Charlotte here with another live midweek camp through the Spirit and power behind by Shai. First and foremost, we want to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh.
Double honors to the elders and the apostles who pray millstone who do well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom. Alright. Hey, as the brother has said, again, through the spirit and power and mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we're out here to herald our people back to their true heritage, their nationality, as the Hebrew Israelites, man. Okay? And to forewarn them of the times and seasons that are coming upon the earth. Okay? As we can see, the state of the world is in a state of destruction. Alright? Lawlessness, according to the scriptures, man. And it's going to bring forth a heavy judgment. Matter of fact, we can start with 2 Ezra 15. Right? Just to add to that point, the actions in the state of this world point toward the direction of a failing society, man. Okay? Why is that? Because the law, statutes, and commandments are not being exercised within the land. Therefore, there can't be a continuing society in America, man. All right? Remember, America in the scriptures is known as Babylon the Great. All right? Babylon, going back to the Hebrew word Babal, meaning confusion. All right, and the state of confusion can't last forever, man. It has its end. All right.
So 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Right. Speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. What is prophecy? Right. Prophecy is to speak beforehand. All right, of future events that would occur. All right, not may occur, but will occur. All right, and we are to speak those into the ears of our people, whether they hear or forbear. Okay, keep reading.
Speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth.
Which I will put in thy mouth. Okay, you can read about that in Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, in the 17th verse. All right, when we come out here week in and week out on the highways and hedges, on the unicorn, right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we come out with these testimonies. All right, we come out with the edification through His spirit and His power, with the words that He has told us to speak. Now, it's not of our own. It's not of our own volition. Can you read it?
Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Right. This word, these scriptures, are faithful and true. All right, that's why the scriptures are validated throughout history, as opposed to other various texts and religions that people try to, dissect themselves and indulge themselves in. Right? The Holy Scriptures are the only texts that are actually found and validated with actual historical events, man. All right. That's why this word is faithful and true. The things that happened aforetime came to pass. Why not the things that are written to happen in the future?
Prophecy proves all things, man.
Right.
All these things that are being said through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, when they come true, then, as the scriptures say, they can no longer gainsay against it, man. Right? They can no longer come up against this word because they see these things that have been prophesied coming to pass, man. So that's why, brothers don't, stress over the non-believers, man. Because the prophecies are going to prove themselves to be true, man.
Yo, the prophecy speaks about non-believers. Romans 3 and 3. The scriptures back up everything, man.
2 Ezra 15 and verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Right. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Right. The incredulity. All right. When you look at that word incredulity, it goes into unbelief. Okay. Because we live in a lawless society. We live in a society that's void of faith. All right. They base their whole notion of reality upon Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right. So when they hear the words of the scriptures being brought out by the men of the tribes, the men of the Lord, right? these people come up in a spirit of disbelief, but the Lord is telling us, look, disregard that notion, man. Stand firm in this faith. Don't let the imaginations, the thoughts of these people trouble you, man. These people that walk by, they snicker, they murmur, they laugh. You know, they walk by us and smile, but then they have a joke to say a block down the street because they won't G enough to say it in front of our face. You know? That type of nonsense is going to stop at the end of the day because why? This word is faithful and true.
Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 3.
Bring it home.
Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Right, we got to keep this in mind, especially now more than ever. All right, as the Spirit has been making manifest over the past months, you know, we have to prepare to enter into that straight gate and be prepared to face this great persecution that's about to come upon us, man. All right, we see the various psyops that are being made. All right, the various articles that are being released. What? To try and demonize the Israelites, man. All right, to try and pretty much curtail us into this group and bunch of societal extremists, so to speak, right? But we have to remain steadfast in this word, man, and remain steadfast in Yahweh Shai, all right, who is our Savior. His name is, he delivers.
Right.
If we believe upon him, anything is possible.
Verse 4.
Oh, Colossians 1 and 23 up there.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Right, all of the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, man. Okay? So if all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, and you be a believer, hey man, keep treading forward. Don't look back.
Facts.
You know, it's no point in going backwards if you understand if you have the understanding that these people that have disbelief in the word are all gonna perish at the end of the day.
It's too late in the game.
It's too late in the game, man. You've invested too much of your time. You've
Right.
invested too much of your energy.
Right.
You've been forsaken by people in the world.
That's right.
Right? You've lost things. Man, just keep on going.
Esau already know who you are.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Like, yo, boy, your face is already on one of them push pin boards.
You know?
Right.
You know, they know who. As soon as you click on the video, man, your name goes on the watch list.
You already know.
You know? So you might as well keep pushing forward.
Right.
You know, falling back, you're just gonna get judged by the Lord, and He's gonna use Esau to do it.
Hey, it's no loss in Yahweh Shai, man. You know?
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 1 and verse 23.
Right.
If you continue in the faith, grounded and settled.
Yeah, you're grounded and settled, meaning you got to be fully established. Like, does it tell you that in Romans, the 15th chapter, let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind? You got to know that this is the truth. All right? You got to know, you got to trust and believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. I did a lesson earlier about what? Staying connected to the true vine, the true source. All right? He's our connection. Go ahead, Al.
And be not moved away from the hope of the gospel.
Right, so that's the message we telling the believers out there, man. All right? Be not moved away from the hope of the gospel no matter what happens. Hey, the story gonna be that bad. All right? Hey, Luke 21, if you want to hold that on deck too, Luke 21 verses 13 on down. Right? The Lord said we would be hated for all men for his name's sake. So when Esau come with the story, the bullshit narrative, the story gonna be that bad.
Yeah.
All right? You already got the false prophets, these bug out niggas in Israel that are doing all of this crazy shit to play into that narrative, man. All right, all the extra shit, man, the gimmicks and the theatrics, all that's gonna be used to smear us, man. You know, so you see what it is, right? Go ahead, finish. Read that again. I'll read that scripture for me again.
Colossians chapter 1 verse 23. If ye continue in the faith, grounded and settled, and be not moved away from the hope of the gospel.
Be not moved away from the hope of the gospel. Go ahead.
Which ye have heard,
Which you have heard.
and which was preached to every creature which is under heaven.
Yep.
Whereof I, Paul, am made a minister.
Right. So, hey, continue to believe. Right. Add a precept to that, Acts 14:22. Right. The main thing to take out of that is that your faith be firmly established and be not moved from the gospel, man. All right? Stay in it. In it to win it, goddammit, you know?
It's Acts chapter 14 and verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
Right. This is an exhortation, man. Right. What does the scripture say? Think it not strange concerning the fiery trial. Right. You were given warnings of what would be your walk in this matter to get into the kingdom of heaven, man.
That's right.
All right. You were given warning of the straight gate. Right. When you look up that word straight, it goes into a position of difficulty.
Right.
Meaning that there are going to be moments of hardships, trials, and tribulations that you're going to have to go through in order to enter into the kingdom of heaven. But why not? You got to remember your estate when you first were in the world. That drew you to this truth. That drew you to the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Right? That's why it's saying confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith.
Right.
There's no point in turning back. No matter how hard it may seem like, damn, we're going through a lot. Don't ever forget how hard your life was before you heard this truth, man.
Right.
Don't ever forget how hard your life was before the comforter came upon you.
Right.
Before the Rakak Kodash entered you, man.
Right.
All right, no matter how difficult the Lord may throw something at you, at least he's throwing something at you with purpose, man. These 2/3 niggas that like to snicker and laugh and all that type of bullshit, hey, they ain't gonna have no covering at the end of the day, man.
That's it, man.
They're not gonna have no comfort when all hell breaks loose, you know? When they potentially crash the internet, right? Which can happen anytime now, right?
That's right.
When various psyops are taken to just mow down niggas. Because remember, at the end of the day, whatever Esau tries to roll out, know that he is being utilized by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Hey.
So the judgment is gonna really be ringing down on these 2/3 niggas. You know what I'm saying? So hey, as Zaquan had mentioned, right? Tying everything that we going into right now, you know, with these wild ass niggas that are trying to bring blame to the ministry, to the congregation, right? To these various, you know, different false flags that are pretty much being brought up to pretty much have reason to come against the saints of the Most High. That should not steer you away from your faith in the Lord, man.
Hey, niggas got a job to do. Just like the prophets got a job to do.
It's a part of the story.
Everybody playing their part.
That's what makes the story good. You know, you be reading about the book of Acts. You know, you read about the testimony of Yahweh Shai, like, damn. But in the back of your head, you're like, damn, that shit real though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's real. Like, it's honorable how these men stood firm and stiffly for the word, man.
In the midst of adversity.
And we in that same lot.
In the midst of lies and deceit and great deception. All right? The truth will be regarded as hate speech, man.
I woke up this morning and I was like,
That's what society has transformed into. Right? And the Lord said, what's it, Isaiah 5?
Tracy,
Warn
not
to them
you,
that call,
right? And
Look, give me that.
and
you still on that loop, right? Right, now I know you had a precept too, my brother.
This is Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good
Yep.
and good evil.
Yeah, that's the society, man. Fucking backwards. You know, upside down, whacked out. All right? Niggas are out of there. Everything about this society is a failing society, as the brother said, man. This is Loserville, man. Go ahead, Doc.
That put darkness for light and light for darkness.
Right, light for darkness and darkness for light, man. What type of shit is that? You know, how do the pride folk got more rights than you? How are they exalted and praised, man? Make it make sense, man. Go ahead, Doc.
That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
Yeah, that's everything that plays out in this place, man. That's why this place is regarded as Babylon, man. America is the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great. All right? How do we know by the spirit that takes on the energy that's pushed out here, man? Right? Revelation 11 told us what it was Sodom, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. So if you can't identify that, then hey, pray to the Lord that you can see it, man. It's clear as day. Yeah, you got it.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord.
Linking that up, back up with Colossians 1 and 23. All right? Read this again out and bring that Colossians 1 and 23 back again. Just to solidify.
1 Corinthians 15 and 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable.
Yeah, steadfast, unmovable, man. Let nothing rock you, man. Nothing shake you out of the faith, man. Let no man take thy crown. Go ahead.
Always abounding in the work of the Lord.
Always abounding in the work of the Lord, man. Growing, You know, taking it to the next level, man. Studying more, man. Right? Putting yourself in a position to grow, right?
Always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
So everything that we doing out here on the highways and hedges, throughout the unicorn, it's not in vain, man. Hebrews the 6th chapter, the 10th verse tells you that, man. Right? That hey, the Lord won't forget our laborer's work of love, man, which we show toward his name and the saints, roughly paraphrasing, man. All right, so everything that we doing, starting with the leadership, apostles, elders, and bishops, the great millstone, has not gone unnoticed, man. Right? Knowledge shall increase. That's the time we in. The Lord even said that. Give me Psalm 85 and 11. I'll pass it back to you, right? You know? Got to get some of these eat, huh?
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 85
And 11.
and verse 11. Truth shall spring out of the earth.
Yeah, that's it. Truth shall spring out of the earth. Okay, this truth is the only thing worth talking about right now. Right? Like the elder Manatazaba did the video, you know. Brothers of Great Millstone, we got over 1 million views, man. We got millions of views. Right? Everybody watching the prophets, man. Whether they pretend like they don't see us or not. Niggas are secretly clicking the videos and what they gonna talk about next. You know? They talk about the MOTB when they gonna come to pass. Right? Everybody watching out, man. Go ahead, Al.
Truth shall spring out of the earth,
Yep.
and righteousness shall look down from heaven.
Yeah, there you go, man. So, hey, the Lord used the unicorn, the internet, to serve his purpose, man. Truth shall spring out of the earth. Going all the way back to what? To the time of One West, Elder High Priest Abba Bivens, man. Elijah coming back in the last days. That prophecy can never be overlooked, man. That happened. But that's a stumbling block to devils like Vocab Malone and Dr. Brown and the rest of you niggas that don't believe. That was a spiritual phenomenon. The spirit was dealing with Elder High Priest Abba Bivens, man. Elder High Priest Jaiqua, man. Elder High Priest Ariah. King Masha, man. The foundations, the pillars of this knowledge today, man. All right? The knowledge will spring forth out of the waters of Judah. That happened, man. He that have ears, let him hear, man. Right? You got it out. Salaki. Yeah, get that loop, unless you was holding used to. Oh, bring that up. Colossians back again, and we'll get that loop.
Colossians 1 and 23.
Yep.
If you continue in the faith, grounded and settled.
Grounded and settled. You got to be grounded and settled. You got to be firmly established. Go ahead.
And be not moved away from the hope of the gospel.
Don't be moved away from the hope of the gospel, no matter what happens. Go ahead.
Which ye have heard,
Yep.
and which was preached to every creature which is under heaven.
Right, so just bringing it all home like you were saying, man. Stay rooted no matter what. Trust in Yahweh Shemel Shad, no matter what. Any given day, this shit gonna pop off. And our faith is what's gonna guide us through the times. Go ahead, Aki.
Whereof I, Paul, am made a minister.
That's right. Get that Luke. Start 12 and 13.
So, Luke chapter 21 and verse 12.
That's right.
But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you.
Yeah, Esau's ready to put hands on us, man. All his lies, his deceptions, the bullshit narratives, the propaganda, none of that shit worked. Right? That's why the dragon was wroth with the woman and the remnant of her seed. So they're going to want to put hands on. Esau is going to want to get physical, man. The elder Kazaki Allah did a lesson on that, man, about certain things happening that would speed up the prophecies, man. And he made a great point. He said, look, this devil, all right, he's in haste mode. He got to move hastily, man. He got to move fast, right? Because what? That day is coming upon him. Psalms the 37th chapter. Hold on, let me get that real quick. Right? Just want to make that point. And we'll read that again now. All right? Esau moving in haste. All right? His time is expired, man. Right? Like that damn banana that's sitting on the counter all week, man. That shit done, man. Time to throw it out. All right? Right. Mold. Psalm 37, in verse, my point. Psalms 37 and 12, it says, the wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The point. The Lord Yahweh Shemel Rashai shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. See that? So he got to move. He got to press the issue, so to speak, man. They only got but what do you say? They only got but a small window, right? Go ahead, I'll go back.
The World Economic Forum, they said they're accelerating their plans, man.
Right.
So as the elders going into, we're seeing them start to rapidly move forward with this new world order agenda, man.
That's it, brother.
And in doing so, we're going to see prophecy start to ramp up, man.
That's it.
Because remember, tying back into the book of Esther, Amen, right? He was aware that these people cannot establish their enterprise with us in the way.
Right.
You know? And if they're at a point in time where they're trying to accelerate their enterprise being established, it's because they understand that they have but a short time pursuant to Revelations 12 and 12. You see? Now, with that being said, here it is. This is like a court session in the heavens, right?
Right.
You have the two witnesses, right, serving as the defendants. And then you have Esau always trying to play the lane of the victim. He's the plaintiff, right? But in the background, behind closed doors, he's doing witness tampering. If you hold Deuteronomy 17 to 16.
He trying to take out the witnesses, man.
Right. I got the definition of witness tampering. Witness tampering
But the term I could call Moses
is defined as the act of attempting to improperly influence, alter, or prevent the testimony of witnesses within criminal or civil proceedings. Okay, and that's exactly what Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and the other heathen nation are attempting to do. All right, they're trying to do what? Suppress this knowledge from going out. Suppress our heritage. All right, demonize the men that you see out here teaching week in and week out in truth and sincerity, man. Prophesying of the downfall of America. All right. Now they're at the point where they're like, shit, we just witness tampering. They've been witness tampering for a minute, but now it's about to hit physical, man. Now they finna start trying to grab you up. You go onto your crib, shake you up and shake shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But the Lord warned us of that. Matter of fact, let's read that. Yeah. That's the mindset that we're preparing the believers, man.
You want to second or
No, finish that Luke. Oh yeah. Hold what you got, Luke. Let's finish some more.
So Luke chapter 21 and verse 12. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you,
That's right.
delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons.
Right, and we're so heavy too. You go into the scripture where it talks about how the prince of this world has been cast down like lightning. When you go into the prince of this world, when you actually go in the blue letter, it goes into the synagogues of the small hats, and they call it also called what was the name of it? It's called the Jewish Sanhedrin. And when I looked into it, it's actually a separate court system that's ran by the 48ers. You see what I'm saying? Which ties back to also Isaiah 13 and 2, where it talks about how this word is going up to the gates of the nobles. The nobles go back to the nobility, which would be the princes. These are the people that we're going to be brought before, man. These 48ers, right? That actually run the scene behind the scenes, if you will. All right? The deep state, all that good shit, man. These are the people that we're going to be brought before, man. Right? That's why that whole, not to rant, but that's why that whole situation with Kanye speaking out, you know what I'm saying? Kyrie Irving, what's my man that used to play with the Knicks that's in Israel? Ahmad Steinmeier, all that stuff got mixed up, man. Hey, the 48ers, they were shook, you know, because now it brought more attention to who we really are according to the Bible, man. Right? But anyway, read it again now.
Luke 21 and verse 12. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons.
And into prisons, to the synagogue and to prisons, man. They want to lock us up. They want to kill us, man. All right, that's just the reality of what we're involved in, man. We have the truth, and you got niggas parading around with t-shirts, garments on, being all over righteous, right? Not moving as wise as a serpent, right? But harmless as a dove. All right, we behind enemy lines, man. You see what I'm saying? We're actually infamous on this side, man. But you got Jake running around acting like the nation's gonna praise us on this side, man.
Like they didn't take crafty counsel to eradicate your heritage.
Right. Like the nation's like, oh, here, y'all, you know?
Like, oh, man, you got us.
Right.
Here you go.
Right,
Go
right,
ahead. Don't
right.
shit down.
Yeah, you know? We greatly despised. But Jake ain't gonna get it until shit hit the fan. That's why we telling you, Jakes, to watch who you following, man. Go ahead, Al.
delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons,
Yep.
being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake.
Now, can you go into that word kings in this verse, in the blue letter? Because who are the kings of this world? Who runs society, man? Who controls the money and the resources, man? All right? It's Esau, started with the 48 or the small hat. All right?
This is the word king in the blue letter. It's Strong's G 93.5. It says, leader of the people, prince, commander, lord of the land, king.
Yeah, commander of the people, the lord of the land. Who is that? Starting with the bankers, man. The international elites. Ephesians 6 and 12. All right? Spiritual wickedness in high places, man. Go ahead, Al.
Remember, what's that dude's name? He's one of the Rothschilds. He said, I don't care who's controlling the, roughly paraphrasing, he didn't care who controls the nation, but who controls the money system.
Right.
Right? So as Daquan has said, right, he understands, we understand that the people that are in control of the money, that's the true nobility, man. You know? What's that saying? Money makes the world go around? Look at what this love for money, this greed, has done to the planet Earth under the pretense of Esau Edom's guidance, man.
Right.
Shit got everything upside down, man.
I got something real quick to add on to that. That's heavy. What was the quote about the money again? Can you repeat that?
I'll look it up to get the exact
Okay. So, because basically, the elites, they adopted from Babylon, it's called the Babylonian money system. Right? You got it? Read that real quick.
It's the history of the Babylonian money magic system.
So that quote that Rothschild made, this is what he was talking about, because they adopted that same practice from Babylon, from ancient Babylon. Read that for me, Al.
The history of the Babylonian money magic system.
It's called the Babylonian money magic system, man. Go ahead, Al.
Capitalism started in Babylon,
Yep.
the present day Iraq around 2000 BC. The rulers discovered that they could lend money to kingdoms to fight wars and end up controlling the kingdoms as debt slaves.
Woo, read that again. That's the same shit they doing now, man. That's what Esau doing now. The elites, the bankers. Read that again.
The rulers discovered that they could lend money to kingdoms to fight wars and end up controlling the kingdoms as debt slaves.
See, there you go. The same moves this nigga making now, man. That's why Meyer Amsher Rothschild, he said in the quote, he said, let me issue and control the nation's money, and I care not who writes the laws. You see? Come on, man. They're going back to that Babylonian money magic system, man. So that's how you know we're in Babylon again. Right? You got it out.
It says, the kingdoms that borrowed the money.
Well, he's up in the guest room the first night, and then last night when he
Yeah, was there any more?
The kingdoms that borrowed the money then had a debt. If they did not repay the debt, they were taken over. So the rulers of Babylon were the first to recognize that those who controlled the money supply also controlled governments and people by issuing debt. You know, so as the elder said, man, they're bringing all that ancient world, witchcraft back, man. Right? All these philosophies stem back to Babylon.
Right.
And we're seeing the so-called elites of this system start to put those things into play, man.
That's right. Come back to that Luke.
So Luke chapter 21 and verse 13.
That's right.
And it shall turn to you for a testimony.
Yep.
Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what you shall answer.
Exactly.
For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
Yeah, so when we're brought up before kings, all right, when we're brought up before rulers, for the name of Yahweh Shai's sake, the Lord said, don't worry about what you're going to say. He's going to give us the mouth to speak. Your enemies, the adversaries, can't resist. And that's what's happening right now at this time. All right, all of our adversaries, enemies, all right, the opposition to the gospel, if you will, there ain't nothing they can say against this thing. You can do nothing against the truth before the truth, man. All right, we are the Israelites pertaining to first and foremost the faith, our faith, and second of all, hey, you got the historical and scholarly evidence out there, man, that brothers bring out, man. Like Elder Malcolm out there in GMS Chicago, he goes into a lot of books and history dealing with the fact of who we truly are. And many other brothers, man, just to give an example. So you can't say nothing. This is the truth. They know it is. Right? No, nobody's attacking Islam. Nobody's attacking anything else. But this truth, man. All right? Us being the true Hebrew Israelites. All right? So we're gonna move up a little bit. Got a brief intermission real quick. About the rain, we're just moving real quick. Bear with us. Keep the spirit flowing, man. You know. Bear with us one moment. Just had to move. Yeah, it got quick. About to come down. But anyway, so read that verse again and keep going. We just gonna keep pushing.
So, Luke chapter 21 and verse 15.
All right.
For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
Exactly, man. All right, this is the truth. We have the 100% truth. All right, go ahead out.
If I may, kind of.
You got it. Bring it out, bro.
Because an example of that, it happens when Peter and John healed that lame man, right? You know, so they see, harkening back to what we're going through today, they see what we're saying coming to pass, just as they saw them heal that man, man. So they couldn't come against the spirit of Yahweh Shemiah was shot. Right? So this Acts chapter 4, and I'll start in 13. It reads, Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John, and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled, and took knowledge of them that they had been with Yahweh Shai. And beholding the man which was healed standing with them, they could say nothing against him. So they can't say anything against these prophecies, man. They can't say anything against what we're bringing out through the spirit of Yahweh Shemiah Shai, man. So their only recourse is to physically attack us, man. You know, to slander our names. You know, to separate us out of society. You know? It says, But when they had commanded them to go aside out of the council, they conferred among themselves, saying, What shall we do to these men? For that indeed a notable miracle hath been done by them. It is manifest to all them that dwell in Jerusalem, and we cannot deny it. But that it spread no further among the people, let us straightly threaten them, that they speak henceforth to no man in this name. So that's what they want, man. They're trying to remove the name of Yahweh Shai out of the world, man. You know, and that's why they're coming up against the men who proclaim themselves, you know, to be the children of Israel. You know, because we come in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. And they want that whole righteous seed line to be completely done away with, man.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. And Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 14. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us to behold.
Right.
For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. Okay, because our fashion is not according to the world's fashion, which it tells us in the book of 1 Corinthians 7 and 31, that the fashion of this world will pass away. We're adhering to an eternal fashion that's been from the very beginning of time. You know, that stood the test of time. Right? Verse 16, the point. Matter of fact, it's a little bit more. Verse 16, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that Yahweh Bashim Shai is his father.
Exactly.
Verse 17.
And that's what's going on in the earth. Isaiah 44. All right? Brothers popping up like willows by the watercourses. Camps everywhere, man. This Israelite thing is a problem for Esau and these heathen, man.
Verse 17, the point. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of it.
Yeah, that's the trial.
Yep. And that's what's coming. You know? As the Quran has said, you know, you have a bulk of our people that are waking up to the truth, right? And it's a thorn in Esau's side. You know? This word has reached the gates of the noble. They're well aware that they cannot fully establish their enterprise with the Israelites on the planet Earth. Why? Because the Israelites are the ones that were entitled to inherit the planet Earth, man. That's why they went so hard to suppress our heritage, to strip us of our identity. to take the remembrance of Israel out of the planet Earth. Because it came with a certain lifestyle that was going to be enforced on the planet Earth that ultimately will shut down this existing kingdom, which is going to happen, as did happen in the past whenever we were in captivity under the various heathen nations.
The awakening came with power, man.
That's right.
That's really what it is. It's the power, man. It's the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. It's the remnant, the house of David standing back up, man. It's the signifying of the downfall of Esau's enterprise, man. It's glory. You see what I'm saying? So this truth is rocking the planet, man. Acts the 17th chapter. Hold that on there, man. Finish what you got.
So Luke chapter 21 and verse 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
Hey, that's part of the power, man. Having the whole armor, man. All right? 100%, the complete truth. All right? The wisdom that's going to get us delivered out of here, man. That's going to allow us to have the hedge of protection in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Go ahead.
And ye shall be betrayed, both by parents and brethren.
Right, and that happened. Hey, that happened when you woke up. Right? When you started handing out Hebrew packets to family members, you was taking Hebrew packets to work, you was making copies. Right? Niggas thought you was crazy. Hey, the betrayal already started. But like we said, the story gonna get so bad, the narrative is gonna be so bad that you're gonna be betrayed by your own loved ones, man. Right? Hey, remember, we in the era of artificial intelligence, man. Esau could create videos. He could create fake sound bites, man. He could. Hey, the Fed said they were going to weaponize the shit. So what they going to use it for? For wickedness, right? Go ahead.
If I can add to that point, Papa Kushar. This is the book of Micah.
Hey, as soon as the AI dropped, Esau was like this, rubbing his hands like Birdman. Right? He about to get busy with that shit, and when you see it, bro, this shit is real. It looks real.
Like, imagine, like, just the shit that we just see, on the internet, right? Imagine what they got behind the scenes, man. They probably got whole AI robots out here walking around like regular people, man.
It's hard to hear. You got it now.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Ran across the street. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Right.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands.
It's in the power of their hand, man. Hey, Esau got the power. Revelation 6 and 4, he was given that great sword, man. All right? That's the power.
Yep. Just adding to your points upon, with these people, they take things and they make evil of it.
Right.
They make improper usage of these devices to ultimately do what? Sow wickedness in the planet Earth, man. This is Esau Edom, man. The so-called white man, the border of wickedness, as the scriptures tell us. So we ain't putting anything past this, man.
So Luke chapter 21 and verse 16. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death.
Hey, that's just the reality of it, man. Brothers being martyrs for the truth, man. Some of us may very well die. Right? That's just what it is. But guess what? No loss in Yahweh Shah. The dead in Yahweh Shah gonna rise first. Hey, who's to say you get put to death and the Lord raise you back up on sight? With the power, bro. Game changer. How about that? This is how our minds function. This is how we think. Right? Hey, the faith of Abraham, man. Right? Hey, Abraham believed that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua was going to raise up Isaac from the dead. Right? That took faith to slay your son, man. But that's the faith that we're going to have. Right? It's that serious, Jake. Read it again, huh?
Luke 21 and verse 16. And ye shall be betrayed, both by parents and brethren, and kinsfolk and friends. And some of you shall they cause to be put to death.
Right, so you don't think that these niggas that's in on Esau's payroll, that's out here doing all this bullshit, that's bringing blame to the ministry, the pull-up boys. We got big ass ARs at camp. We rapping ass Israelites and shit. You don't think that he gonna use some of these niggas to do something horrible? That's gonna put a total smear on the ministry? Come on, man. The scriptures say we ain't ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Right? So it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down in some form or fashion. The story gonna be that bad, man. Right? Go ahead, Al.
And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
And we're gonna be hated, man, because the Lord said, "My servants are not of this world." You know, he said, matter of fact, give me that real quick. John 15 before we go to Acts. John 15 and 18. Right?
It's the book of John, chapter 15, and verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
See that? The world hated you, know that it hated me before it hated you. How does the world hate Yahweh Shai? By everything. This world is anti-Messiah. Anything that has to do with righteousness in the scriptures has been cast out. Right? This is the place where they crucified the Lord all over again, man. Right? That's why they're attacking. That's why all these agendas are set up to attack the Bible and the true servants of the Lord, man. Right? They're trying to get rid of the standard, man. Esau was created a lawless world, man. That's essentially what the New World Order is. No male, no female, no genders, no consequences. You can just do what the fuck you want to do.
Pedophilia is being normalized.
Come on, all these forms of abomination are being normalized.
Matter of fact, just to add to that, you had J.P. Morgan Chase. They just got a lawsuit settlement to give money to the families of the Epstein Island victims.
I got it. I got you. That's the spirit. I got it. I got it. Hold on.
Yeah. Come this way. Come this way, brother. Come on.
People that separate. How can you say somebody else is damn that is Muslim? It's about believing something higher than yourself.
There's only one way.
It's only one way.
But there is only one way, and it's a part of your belief.
It's a part of it, but a lot of these people have a lot of misconstrued beliefs that are tied to idolatry and
That's
false
my
doctrine.
point. It's people that separate religion, but they're confused. But they are basically what they were raised with. I'm Christian, man. My buddy calls it, he was raised more Buddhist, but he calls it spirit. We talk about the same things. And I claim, and I've talked in the name of Jesus, man. That's what I do know. That's what I claim. He's just as much of a man of faith as I am, and believes in the same things. It is people that separate religion.
But yeah, there is separation.
But the Bible has been tainted and
No, it hasn't.
No,
Word,
the
word.
the translation of it.
That's
A
why
lot
we,
of
that's
people
why we
believe-
read. That's why we read.
But
the
I
King
believe
James
like
Bible.
you do. Don't get me wrong, but I study religion. My dad's a pastor. Religion also needs to be progressive. It doesn't mean change it, but we're going to reach out to the next generation. We have to be progressive on how we reach out. And I do music, but I talk about God. I talk about, people that think it's love songs. You make a mixtape and it's a love song. I'm like, I said, why don't you replace that with God?
You gotta look at this term. You gotta look at the term called supersessionism.
I know what that is.
Replacement theology.
What is supersession?
Basically, so
replacement
going
theology?
ahead with what was already written.
Let us explain it. So supersessionism or replacement theology is what the Christian church did when they said they replaced basically the covenants that were established with the Israelites were replaced with the Christian church.
Yeah.
That's not biblical at all.
I know,
right?
exactly.
So let's read this.
Yeah, mind you,
Because
I'm not talking against you, but it is.
No, we give you the
But we gotta read these
Yeah,
scriptures.
we're sharing.
Because the covenants that were established with Israel
Yeah.
still stand.
And by the way, Marlon.
All right, let me read this scripture.
What's your name, brother?
Aishiar.
Aishiar?
Yep.
What's yours? Say it again. Find out what?
Let me read this scripture before we get back to the point. So this is Psalms 105.
May I ask one more question?
And let me read this, brother.
Okay, absolutely.
Psalms 105, verse 5, it says, "Remember his marvelous works that he hath done,
So weird.
his wonders in the judgments of his mouth. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen," which that never changed. Verse 7. "He is the Lord our power, his judgments are all in the earth. He have remembered his covenant forever, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations. Verse 9, which covenant he made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, man. So that never changed. All right. So the Israelites are still of that chosen lineage today. The Most High is not dealing with the whole world as they would tell you. God loves the world. That's not true. All right. God loves his people. His name was Yahweh Shah, meaning he delivered, he saves. The scriptures say that he was going to save his people from their sins.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And thank you. Thanks for reminding all that. Again, it is people that have changed and skewed that.
Right.
Point I'm getting to is we have to claim what is already ours.
And that's happening.
And
that's happening right now.
And people are confused.
Exactly.
You know.
But the elect wouldn't be confused.
Yeah. Because they're getting misled. You can have 3 churches in a row,
right,
and you get a different message. And these people say, yo, you're damned, you're going to hell.
Right.
For believing that. These people say, you know what, the Bible's been mistranslated. You got to go back.
People say, hey, they say King James was a homosexual.
Right.
We never heard it all.
And
that's all heresy, man.
Yeah.
We have the truth.
But exactly. But you have to claim it.
Yeah, it's being claimed
You
now.
are claiming it.
You know.
Yeah.
But in your spirit, if something doesn't feel right,
10,
it's about guidance. But you have to educate in other languages as well. I studied,
and that's happening.
Oh yeah, it is.
We got brothers giving us the truth in English, Spanish, Dutch, Portuguese, sign language,
exactly,
German, all that, man.
Exactly.
So pretty
people
much
don't
the Lord
do it out of love. They just pretty much telling people guilty.
Well, really, that's really the message.
Love.
That's love.
That is love.
Right.
Because our people have been given away to idolatry.
But how do you present that message to somebody that's not a believer or who's raised a certain way?
Present it straightforward.
Okay. Exactly.
We're not sugarcoating it. We're giving it directly to our people.
Exactly.
Right?
Communication has to be open.
Yeah.
If we're going to be teachers, we teach. It's not about preaching.
Isaiah chapter 10.
We got to come out here on the highways and hedges to preach the word. But go ahead, let me get this.
Yeah.
Isaiah 10 and 20.
Yeah, I do it.
Not to cut you off, but we got to let the scripture speak. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them.
Right, so what this means, matter of fact, get it in another translation. Let's make it a little simple. Maybe NLT, Good News, just to make it a little simpler. Right, but read it again, and we're going to read it in the next translation, then we're going to break it down.
Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them.
Right, so there's a remnant of the Lord's people that will basically wake up in the last days, if you will, and come back to him in spirit and truth according to what the scriptures actually say.
Right.
So that remnant will come out of Christianity. They will come out of the idolatry, the Islam, the lies, black consciousness, believing that there's no God. They will come out of all of that. The Lord would give them the spirit to wake up and understand. Right? And it said they would no longer lean upon him and smote him. Basically, the lies of the so-called white man, his theology, his evolution, his Big Bang theories, all these so-called theories, Jake would come out of that nonsense, man, and come into this truth. Now read that in another translation and see what it says.
May I just interject in there? Some people were not raised that way. So what I'm talking about is how you deliver the message. My spiritual gift comes through music and how I communicate with people. You have to open a line to belief to even get through.
Do you know how the Messiah wanted the message to be taught?
Tell it.
He wanted us to go out on the highways and hedges and preach the gospel.
Yeah.
It's straightforward.
Exactly.
So you saying that your gift is
My
about
God.
delivering the message?
Yes.
When the Messiah
That's
told,
what I mean about being progressive today.
No.
That's
It's not
simple.
about progressive.
You really
We gotta listen to what he said.
Progressive, how we deliver the message and communicate.
If you as a
you
parent-
can't preach at somebody. We need to educate and teach them.
This is
People don't know, and so I'm merely saying, and I'm not arguing with it. I'm a believer, man, all day long. Like I said, my dad's a preacher. Started Victory Christian School. My dad started that. He's been a educator of millions of kids, and he's been a counselor, preacher.
Gotcha.
You know, and traveled to ORU to get the school credit, so forth and so on. I'm talking about how do you reach people? You need to open up the lines of communication. I could be playing house music. People don't know that they're glorifying God, you know, and hallelujah. They're just getting that beat. So how do you reach them? We need to be more. That's what I mean about progressive.
You
If
talking
you want to reach
about
the new
progression?
generation.
You talking
I'm
about
talking
new
about
generation?
and how you deliver the message.
The message was going to be delivered and ministered to the saints a specific way.
It's God's.
All
That's God.
It's his. It was a certain.
Yes.
Remember, you're
Yes.
mentioning progression and trying to address a new format.
No, it's not a new
You
format.
said
It's a
progression
new way
to a
to tell it.
generation.
It's a way to tell
There
it.
is no new way. It's the same way how the Messiah wanted it when he was here to begin his
Read this,
ministry.
Doc.
So you think somebody's going to listen at you preaching or actually
Did
teaching
not
them
all
something?
come up by hearing the word?
That's it.
That's
All
how
right,
we
get
came
Romans
up.
10. Get
That's-
Romans 10.
Kid, everybody wasn't brought up
This
that
is
way.
Proverbs.
So you engage and you teach them.
This is Proverbs chapter 1. Hold on. Let me
I
let the
know.
scriptures, let me let the scriptures speak.
Yeah.
Proverbs 1 and 20, and it reads, it says, wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the streets.
Yeah.
So real wisdom would be out here on the streets.
Yeah.
As you see the prophets and the prophets of the Lord set up on the highways and hedges, out here on the streets, in the place of concourse, as it says.
Yeah.
She, pertaining to wisdom, cried from the chief place of concourse, in the cities, in the marketplace. She cried from the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city. She uttered her words, saying, how long will you simple ones love simplicity and scorners delight in the scorn? And that's the message that we out here preaching. We're telling our people, how long will you be simple? When will you wake up out of the ways of the world? When are you going to cast away cast off the cares of this life and come back into the light, the knowledge of this truth?
Right.
You know?
And I believe in that truth. How you going to reach out to them in a I keep saying progressive because it's today, 2010. The message still
Brother,
applies.
it's 2023.
Yeah. In this fashion.
That was on purpose.
The message.
That was on purpose.
The message
What
that
you
you're
mean?
talking about.
That was on purpose. The
Hold
wrong
on,
year
now.
because it's still.
Hey, the message,
it's
the
2010,
message
it's
how it's supposed to be represented
doesn't matter what
is
year
how
it
we're
is.
doing it right now, bro. Ain't no other way. He told us to simply come out here on the highways and hedges to teach. It ain't nothing.
But is there?
Ain't nothing technical,
Is there a
man.
method? Does he say? Is there a method?
This is the method,
I'm
brother.
about to get it.
Right. But do you not think he does that through songs? You don't think?
No, because
He does. Yes, he does.
this is the music. This is the music. This song, the real music
that's
that we
for God.
sing.
That's for God to dictate.
The real, no, it's in the scriptures, bro. The
It
real,
is in
the
the
real
scriptures.
Oh, I got it,
music.
I got it,
Go
I
ahead,
got it
now.
right.
No,
This
no,
is
no.
the
You're
book.
not,
You're not
you're
listening.
not convincing me. I just don't
This-
agree.
Listen to the
with
scripture.
how
But if
you.
you don't agree, this is not for
It
you.
is not for you.
No, it
It
is.
is what it
It
is.
is.
So do you believe in the
It-
scriptures?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see what.
Absolutely,
And you're
but-
saying, wait,
But
listen.
he don't agree, man.
No,
But you're saying that it was
I
supposed to
don't
minister a
agree
certain
that
way.
you cannot, the Lord can not deliver a message through means
multiple avenues.
that is going to connect to the modern generation.
He wanted the message to
Yeah.
go through various
He
means,
does.
through music and all that shit. He would choose the best musicians.
Right.
He wouldn't just have any
Right.
random person out here. He
No.
would have
And so
Jay-Z
I
and
wasn't
fucking
trained in
Adele and all
music,
these people. Not
but-
just, he wouldn't be using you. He
Yeah.
would be using somebody
Nah,
else.
nah, man.
Hold
He
on,
does-
listen,
he does use it.
Listen to the
He
Messiah.
does use it.
Listen to what the Messiah wanted. Listen to how
I
the Messiah
know.
wanted this word to get brought
I
out.
know.
We gotta bring the word out.
We got to
can't-
bring out the word.
It is the word.
It's not
We gotta
about
let
what
the
we
It
feel.
is the word.
It's about what
I
the
spread the
is
word.
saying.
And spread the word.
Listen,
God,
Luke-
with the message he told me, he
Brother,
doesn't want to change
brother,
who
listen.
I
After
am.
the- and after
He
this-
wants me to reach people, and I
after this,
reach
bro,
more people through my
After we
music.
bring out these
I
scriptures,
reach
we
more
gotta get
people
back
through
to
my
the topic,
art.
bro.
You can engage in
This is
After
the
we
book of
bring
Luke.
this out, we
This
gotta
is
get
the
back
book
to
of
what
Luke.
we're talking about. Go
This is the
ahead.
book
that's
of
what
Luke,
we're doing.
chapter 14.
We're talking about
Because we
teaching.
edifying, we're edifying on this camera.
Are we
Go
gonna?
ahead.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
is the book of Luke, chapter 14, and verse 22.
Are you embarrassed to have me?
Matter of fact,
These are the questions that kids have.
So,
I'll
Is it
start
excuse?
up. I'll start up. Luke 14 and
Well, you can
22.
use that.
Just listen.
Matter of fact, Luke 14 and 21. So that servant came and showed his lord these things.
Right.
Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant,
Psalms
go out
47:1.
quickly into the street and lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor, and the maimed, and the halt, and the blind.
Right.
These are those that will be willing to receive the word.
And they do
Okay, exactly.
different
Right?
things.
Now
How
listen.
do you reach them?
We're gonna,
It
we're
could
gonna,
be the exact same
brother,
thing.
he's going to answer your question. We
I
are going
know,
to
I
answer.
know.
You
We
doing
are
too
going
much
to
talking.
answer
I
your
know.
question.
You gotta let the scriptures
The
come out, man.
scriptures are going to answer your question.
I know.
You gotta listen.
You doing more talking and
No, I'm not.
listening. man.
No, I'm just.
You
I
coming
know-
out of your
I'm
own
asking
mouth,
you
brother.
questions.
Get one more scripture and then
I'm
we're moving
asking-
on, man.
Verse 22.
This is what we deal with, Jake.
And the servant said, Lord, it is
Alright.
done as thou hast commanded,
Go
and
ahead.
yet there is room.
Give me the
Verse
Isaiah.
23, the point. And this is the red letter, Yahweh Shai, who
I
the
know.
world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ.
I know.
You know his name is Yahweh Shai.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Verse
your
23.
mama said,
And
because
the Lord
I said
said
so.
unto the servant,
Teach it.
go out into the highways and hedges.
Well, what are the highways and hedges? Do you know what that is?
Translate for me.
You don't know what the highways and hedges is?
Translate it for me.
It's the streets.
So
This is how the Lord said do
that
it.
was case in point.
We're answering your question.
So
You're
if somebody
combative.
asks a question,
You're combative.
don't tell them that they're wrong.
Jake just want to
no,
argue
I'm
about
not.
shit.
just
That's
combative.
the
Very
problem
clear.
with niggas,
So
bro.
you telling me if you was in a
Jake just wanna
classroom
fucking
setting
argue.
and you was being educated by your teacher and they had
What do you think you do in school?
Bro, we done
What do you
arguing.
think you
Give me
do
the
in
scripture,
school?
bro.
But you have to be educated.
Just a little bit more.
And
That's
you
the problem.
but
That's why the Lord got to get rid of 2/3. This is the prime example.
How does that apply to
14,
today?
Luke
So you
14
can give an
and 23.
example. How does it
And the
apply
Lord
to
said
today?
unto the
You
servant,
shaking your head, man.
go out into the highways and hedges
Go out to the highways and hedges, which is
and,
where we're at.
and compel them to come in,
Yeah, to compel those to come in to be converted. Go
that
ahead.
my house may be filled.
That's it, man. This thing is for the elect. All right?
Yep.
Not all of our people, man. All of it. He's a prime example why all of our people won't get it.
Right.
But teach.
All right?
Teach.
Go to Isaiah 30. Give me that. real
Teach
quick,
them.
guys.
Isaiah chapter 30,
Verse 9.
and verse 9,
Guys, I love you.
that this is a
Keep doing what
rebellious
you're doing.
people,
But this is a rebellious people. Prime example. Go ahead.
I know.
lying children,
Lying children.
children that will not hear the law of the
Children
Lord.
that would not hear the law of the Lord. He ain't trying to listen to nothing we got to say. He just want to argue. That's the spirit of our people. That's why the Lord got to get rid of 2/3.
Right. So how do you
All the back and
so how
forth
do you
is
reach
done.
them? You teach them.
Right? Go ahead. And it's always Jake trying to tell us what to
Carry
do,
on.
but they're not out there doing it.
I
You see
still
what I'm
agree
saying?
with you. I
Go
still
ahead.
agree with you.
Which say to the
It's not
seers,
sincere.
How?
see
It's not
not,
sincere.
Oh, it is.
What say
It
to
is.
the
I'm trying to
seers,
teach you something,
the
but
prophets,
you do not want to
see
hear the
not,
message
and
I
stop
got.
talking to him,
And it is
Go
biblical.
ahead, Al.
which
And
say to the
I'm a
seers,
man of
see
God.
not,
Yep.
and to the prophets, prophesy
that
not
listen.
unto us right
Jake
things.
don't want to hear shit. That's the problem. Right?
So teach them.
So it's going to take the missiles.
That
The
is
missiles
why-
going to teach these
That
niggas.
is why
right?
you're losing people.
Right? Trust me, we're not losing anybody. All we doing is trying to gain the
They are
elect.
confused because
Right?
they're raised in
Because
one way.
we're not out here for
Did not
everybody.
Yahweh say none could take them out my hand?
That's it. We ain't out here for everybody.
The elect will never be
This
lost.
message ain't for everybody.
This is not going to stop.
Right?
But it's not going to apply to
Go ahead,
certain
Al.
people. They're not going to
Prophesy
hear
not
it.
unto us
Because their
right
mom
things.
says, because I said
Speak
so.
unto us
Well,
smooth
no.
things.
Tell them why you said so.
Prophesy
You
deceit.
don't-
Prophesy. That's all Jake want to hear, man.
Okay.
Jake loves listening to himself talk, man.
So, mirror reflection.
If we would have
Right.
gassed Robertson, yo, let me hear some of
just
the
as
music.
well.
Right. Let me get a
Let me
mixtape.
get some of the music.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
Go ahead. Al.
you talking about, y'all just all turn your nose up.
Verse
Just-
11.
Just keep reading.
Get you out of the
you
way.
talk about my
Burn
attitude.
aside out of the path.
That's what Jake do. That's Jake's spirit,
Can
man.
we share? Can
Jake
we
just
share
want
the
to have
word?
an argument, man.
Did we share the
Right?
word?
Go ahead.
Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease
Cause
from before us.
the Holy One of Israel to cease from. I don't want to hear that, man. It's about what I got to say and how I feel. It ain't about what this text say. It ain't about the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. It's about me. It's about my own vain opinion.
Same thing is how you
It's
do
about
the
niggas
message.
leaning upon their own
You can say
understanding.
the same thing.
Right?
If
Go
you
ahead,
say it
Al.
in Spanish, it's the
Wherefore,
same thing.
thus saith the
But in
Holy
the
One
language
of
that
Israel,
people can understand.
because ye
Right.
despise this word,
That's right.
and trust
Tell
in
it.
oppression
Yep.
and perverseness,
right.
and stay thereon.
Yep.
Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall.
That's it. And a lot of these niggas are gonna get taken in their own iniquities, their own,
Yeah.
their own understanding.
No, you're right.
Because Jake think they got all the answers.
Did you hear?
Jake, look, look, the spirit dealing with me. My dad's a pastor. I've been reading the Bible, but you don't know what a precept is,
Well, I mean,
right?
People
You
are
don't,
educated.
but you don't know about the prophecies. So you can't break down what the MLTV is.
Don't
Brother
teach
got
them.
dreadlocks.
Teach them.
You got dreads. See what I'm
Teach
saying?
them. Teach them, and I'm not rocking.
You know?
It's a style.
But you're not
It's against
supposed to
the
have
scriptures.
you. That's against the scriptures, bro.
It's a shame for a man to have long hair, man.
You shaking your head. You shaking your head at the
That's a
scriptures.
translation.
See? It's a mistranslation.
You know what?
It's
If
this.
I'm not wearing a
It's
suit and
always
tie to church,
It's always
and I'm in a
something.
t-shirt that says
That's
Nike,
not what it means.
You
Do what
better
it
than I
means,
am.
man.
Oh my goodness.
Jake will
You're not
always.
listening.
Hey, that's the
So-
thing. Hey, brother did the
That's
lesson.
okay. Now keep doing what
The
you're
brother
doing.
did the lesson.
All right,
Loophole
brother.
But you
Christians.
have to
Right?
listen
Right?
to someone else.
Brother
as
did the
well.
lesson called Loophole Christians.
You may not
man.
hear what you want to
That's
hear.
what they about, man.
I'm about the word.
They're
but
all
if
about
you
a
want
gray
to,
area.
You have to
They're all the
engage.
way. They're all about trying to find a way, all right, to trump the scriptures, man.
No.
Based on how they feel, man, or what they
Teach
agree.
them.
You know,
Don't,
brother
it doesn't
said
have to. You can't demand it. Teach them.
Jake, man. Hey, our people are the worst.
Yo,
But this is why the Lord got to come back, man. We need
stiff-necked people.
stiff-necked as hell, bro.
You know.
Jake ain't hearing nothing.
Each time he try and turn Jake, the neck got stiffer to
Come on,
where
man.
they just stuck in their
Give me
way.
Ezekiel the 3rd chapter.
If you say the same thing in
Let's-
Spanish, man, no,
you
listen,
talking
listen.
about-
No,
you
no,
talking
no,
about
no, no, no,
The
translation,
same
right?
scripture
ahead,
in
read it.
another
Translation,
language.
right?
I may not understand
Let's read
French
it.
or Spanish.
Isaiah 30 and 9.
No, I'm saying
They are
saying
always
the same thing in a
rebelling
different
against
language.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
That's Isaiah 39, Good News Translation. They are always rebelling against the Lord.
Now say it in Spanish.
Go ahead.
Always lying.
Always lying. Niggas always lying.
Say it in Spanish.
Always
Mix
refusing
it, that's Christian.
to listen to
You
the
don't
Lord's
understand.
teaching.
Always
That's
refusing to listen to the Lord's teaching. That's Jake, man.
No. But if
And
but
that's
if you're in a
why- and
Spanish
that's why
country,
through the Spirit,
you delivering the same
We
message
get
in
riled
Spanish.
up, man.
Because I
Jake
don't
has
understand
no, Jake
Spanish.
has no
That
respect.
doesn't mean
Jake has no proper decorum
so
or
learn,
nothing,
to
man.
learn
No
Spanish.
understanding.
No
And
understanding.
then he
Jake
shouts
just
the
want to
same
talk.
thing. That's why people go on
Right?
missions over there.
That's why the
That's why you
scripture
have a
say whose
translator.
mouths must be stopped,
You can
man.
teach the same
And the
words
Lord
in
got to stop
different
these niggas,
languages.
man.
Straight filibuster.
Yeah, it's not. That's
You
not
know?
going against the word. You just don't know the
Continuing
language.
on.
Right.
So teach
Verse
them
10.
You got it, brother.
If
They
I'm
tell
learning
the
Japan,
prophets-
I'm learning Japanese,
Since you
and
don't
then I
agree,
can tell the word.
since you don't agree, let us finish teaching what we
No,
do.
it's
Go
not
ahead.
that I don't agree.
Go ahead.
I have
So
a
here, if
different
you don't-
perception.
All
It's,
right,
so then go to
it's,
sleep.
All
it's
right.
the same
Well,
message.
go tell your perspective to somebody
Yeah,
else.
go on that tree.
Go
and
teach. If you say you know the truth,
We
go
can't share.
teach. Go teach.
No, that's confusion.
That's confusing.
No, that's
You don't-
not.
You're not
Yes,
supposed
it
to
is.
build on another man's foundation.
Exactly,
Just tell you
bro.
that. So
No,
walk
I'm talking
through
about
it.
the same message.
Can two walk together
No,
unless
we're
they be
not.
agreed?
Yes, we are. I am.
Period.
We not on the same type of time.
No,
I
no.
want you to know that.
Yes, we are.
No, we're
Go
not.
ahead, man.
Yes, we are.
Isaiah 30 and
Stop
10.
interrupting.
You're stuck.
GNT.
Hey, Jonah, I'm
They
like,
tell the prophets to keep quiet.
Yeah, they tell the prophets to keep quiet. You gonna listen to what I got to say. That's Jake. Read it again.
They tell the prophets to keep
You
quiet.
can't say that ain't Jake all day. You can't say that's not our people, man.
now say it in
Go
Spanish.
ahead.
They say,
That's all I got. Say it
don't
in
talk
Spanish.
to us
It's the
about
same
what's
message.
right.
See, they say don't talk
Say
to
it
us
in
about
Spanish.
what's right.
But if
You
you,
know?
can't understand
Go ahead.
Spanish, if you can't understand
Go
Tell
ahead,
us
man.
what
Go ahead,
we want
go
to
ahead.
hear.
Huh?
learn how to
Let
learn how
us
to speak
keep our
Spanish if you understand
illusions.
Spanish.
Yeah, let us keep our
Say
illusions.
yes. Say
We
yes.
don't want to hear the truth. That's why the Lord, hey, when the Lord said,
People
when
can understand
this
that.
shit go down, they're going to try to cry playing, but the Lord said, I ain't
No
going to hear
English.
you.
No English.
See that?
What are you gonna
So
do?
let's go back to our point
Somebody
anymore.
walks up to you and
Just a little bit
says,
more.
somebody walks
Get
up to you and
out
says,
of our
no
way
English.
and stop blocking our path.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't want to hear about your holy power of Israel.
That's it. That's Jake.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
It's all being played out right in front of us.
No comprende.
See? So where were we at? We was going into the
No comprende.
S-beam, right?
That's why we
Yep.
have
You was on the
translators.
precept
Same
on,
message.
right?
You have to tell it in a language that people can understand.
This is from the Wall Street Journal,
So we're going to bring this out.
dated June 12,
Because
2023.
hey, all these distractions that you got going on,
No comprende.
it's really to cover up from
No
this.
comprende. Eso.
This is why you got Trump, got arrested, but he back out.
No comprende.
This is why you got this whole pride agenda being pushed.
Same
All
Bible.
these things are set up as a distraction for what's really going on.
In Spanish is
With
the
that
same
shameful
thing
spewing
as
upon
it is in English.
America's glory. Right? Go ahead, Al.
But then
This is from
The
Wall
ancient
Street
language
Journal.
is-
JP Morgan is to pay $290 million to settle Jeffrey Epstein accuser's suit.
There you go. JP Morgan settled to pay $290 million
but I don't worship JP Morgan.
to settle the suit on that sex island, man.
Yep.
Why is this not talked about?
Yep.
Okay.
Right? But we the worst thing going on the planet Earth. But meanwhile, these devils, they got organized pedo rings, man.
Right. And it's being outwardly addressed that this is a connection that I can make a settlement on. People are settling on pedophilia
Right.
So teach them.
openly.
Don't preach them, teach them. You're going to deliver them the same message.
Plug out.
Continuing
Stop
on.
engaging.
Do you not agree? The same
you
Bible
engage
translated
with
into Spanish is the same
Go
When
ahead.
JP Morgan bought First Republic in May, all eyes were on its CEO, Jamie Dimon.
Right.
Here's how the executive strategy for managing risk propelled him to the top of the banking world.
Right.
This is a block. This is a block.
It's a block. Well, yeah, they better block that article. I didn't know it
2
was
years
blocked.
old, man.
See what I'm saying? But the point is,
how you going to talk to a 2-year-old?
back to the
and-
point, the
and
distractions,
make it more tangible.
high-profile Edomites.
He give an example.
All right, businessmen, CEOs, Elon Musk. All right, they all been subpoenaed in this Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking
It's
shit.
never
man.
gonna stop.
These Edomites are nasty, man.
But you can reach out
Right?
to the youth.
But yet they want to turn the narrative on us as we the worst thing going, as we being the terrorists.
Right.
But these niggas are snatching up kids. They
So-
murdering innocent children.
So let's educate the
right?
kids.
Selling
They're gonna have
organs,
questions. They're allowed to ask questions.
sacrifice, you know?
People are,
all this
you
shit
should be
going on,
educated and tell them why.
but somehow we the problem, man.
But I'm only 2 years
Make
old
it make-
and I
make
speak
it make
Spanish.
sense.
How are you going to reach
All
that
right?
kid?
You got something?
Adapt.
Psalm chapter 73
I love you,
and
Jim. I
verse
gotta
5.
get to the store.
Right?
They are not in trouble as other
they
men,
do
See that they are not in trouble as other men.
Hey, Jim,
Right, go ahead.
neither are they plagued like other men.
Now they plagued like other men because hey, this is Esau world. Right? Go ahead.
Can't say you don't love me.
No, read a little bit more.
Verse 6. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain.
Yep.
Violence covereth them as a garment.
Yeah, violence covered them as a garment, man. That's why right now, what's been happening, the whole climate change narrative, carbon emission, right? All this in the name of climate change. They're destroying the crops. They're bringing an orchestrated famine. All right, they're getting ready. They got farmers by the neck, man. They got farmers by the chokehold, man, to reduce the crops, to kill off the cows and chickens. Right? Hey, the Lord is bringing a famine in the land, and He's using the left hand to do it. This is the transition that's going on, man. Everything about your comfort in America, how you move day to day, how you eat, is all about to change on a drastic level. All right? Niggas about to die of starvation out here, man. This is not a joking matter. Niggas like this back and forth bullshit, right? These stiff-hearted niggas, hey, they gonna catch the worst of the judgment, man. Right? Because niggas always got something to say. Niggas don't know how to shut the fuck up. Right? But it's gonna take you how about Shemal Shai to do so, man. Right? The Lord gotta bring the pain on a lot of you niggas, man. A lot of you niggas need your asses whooped, man. Straight up and down, man. Right? Go ahead, Al.
Psalm 73 and verse 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness.
Right.
They have more than the heart could wish.
Yep, they have more than our. Hey, they own the world, man. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. They have more than the heart could wish. The fatness of the earth. Genesis the 25th chapter. Go ahead, my brother.
They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression.
Hey, they're corrupt and they speak wickedly concerning oppression, man. All right, you will own nothing and be happy. Right? Your life is going to be under total surveillance, man. Everything you do is going to be watched and monitored. Your financial transactions, what you can buy and sell. All right, if you don't have that physical mark. Right? Hey, they're preparing to bring hell on the earth, man. You know?
That's their slogan. Auto have chaos. They gotta prepare all these various psyops,
Yep.
false flags, chaotic events to stir up the minds of the people to be willing and subjective to whatever it is that they want you to do. They did that shit with the C-19. They locked you niggas in the house, stripped your ability to be a fucking thought in the streets, your ability to just be a nigga, and you niggas got an offer to go back to that detestable lifestyle, and you niggas said, please, I'll take it. You know, and then it got so bad to where they were like, look, you niggas ain't bending the knee enough, we gonna take your job away.
Right.
Then niggas really said, all right, fuck it, I'll take it now. You know? How much more with the unveiling of this implantable device, man?
That's right, brother.
What's going on?
What's up, brother? How you
Yeah,
doing?
man, good. How y'all?
Chilling, brother. Chilling, man.
So Psalm chapter 73 and verse 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. They set their mouth against the heavens.
Yeah, they set their mouth. They said they speak lawfully. Going about how they speak pridefully, right? As they are, he's put himself in the position of the Most High. Or how they boast of their plans of what they're gonna do in 2025, what they're gonna be doing in 2020, 30 and shit like that. They speak lawfully. What else?
They speak lawfully. They set their mouths against the heavens.
Yeah, they set their mouths against the heavens. Now they God. Now we don't need God no more. It's all about the name of science. Like that demon John Kerry. He said, look, we got the physicists, we got the science, we got the mathematics. You gotta trust the science. That's what's being pushed right now, man. Right? Go ahead, huh?
They set their mouths against the heavens, and their tongue walking through the earth.
Yeah, exactly, man. And part of his tongue walking through the earth is that damn media, man. Through his media, he's able to put out those spells. He's able to put out the propaganda, man.
Yes,
These niggas believe shit, anything that pop on TV. If the TV said it, then it must be true. Right?
These devils are master warlocks and witches, man. And their witchcraft is in checkers, man. Which is their words. Right? Their legal system, all the various means of so-called entertainment, all these things are enchantments they're putting on people, man. They're putting on your minds. Like the brother mentioned, they're doing all these things in the name of safety, right? So when they present this chaos, they're going to offer you all these various escape routes, man. And the main route is going to be through that implantable device, man.
That's it. And all roads lead back to the sea, man. Don't get it twisted. Everything is getting ready to come back to this point, right? Hold it. Go ahead.
Psalm 73 and verse 10. Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are run out to them.
Yeah. Because eventually Esau, he's going to drink the cup. All right, here's the portion of a wicked man. The scriptures tell you that in Job, man. Fire and brimstone. Right? That was it? Go ahead.
So verse 11, it reads, and they say, how doth the Most High know?
Exactly.
And is there knowledge in the Most High?
Exactly, and that's them taunting the Lord, like the Lord don't see everything these devils is doing. Like they don't see your global initiative of trying to take over the earth by the means of the sea, man. By enslaving the planet under this digital enslavement. Right? The Lord is not going to allow you to fully relish in that, man. Right? He's going to allow you to do certain things to a certain degree. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Only now he will let it until he be taken out of the way. So he got to do things according to the left hand to fulfill the prophecies, man. But he ain't just going to rule the world under the spiritual demon Satan and have everybody tripped up with fucking robots and cyborgs walking around and shit. Right? It ain't going down like that, man. This place about to get smoked. Right. Go ahead.
Behold, these are the ungodly
Yep.
who prosper in the world.
Behold, these are the ungodly that prosper in the world, man. These Edomites. Going back to who? To the 48ers, the small hats. Go ahead.
Job 9 and 24.
That's right.
They increase in riches.
Yeah, they increase in what? They increase in riches. Who owns and controls all the world's resources? All right, it ain't hard to tell. Go ahead, Op. That was it on that. Yeah, did we finish that, Luke? Go ahead, get you a couple more. Give me that one in the Acts 17, man. Because we were talking about before this goofy nigga came up, just spewing madness before the house of the Lord, right? We were talking about this knowledge, this truth was the only thing worth talking about, right? This is what's on the minds of everybody, man. What if what the prophets are saying out there on the street corners, what if what they're saying is true? That's in the back of the minds of everybody. Because, hey, let's be honest, people hope we lying. People are hoping in the back of their mind that what we're saying ain't true and these prophecies are not going to come to pass. Right? Go ahead, Al.
Luke 21 and verse 17. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but there shall not an hair of your head perish. Right. In your patience possessing your soul.
So the point, man, hey, the Lord gonna preserve brothers, man. He gonna give brothers the power, man. He gonna give brothers the hedge in the time of trouble, man. There's gonna be divine intervention happening on the earth, man. But you gotta have faith. You gotta believe that. You know? Hey, anything can happen. We just one moment away, one false flag away, man. One big event away from everything changing all over the earth again, man. Right? So this is what we waiting on, man. It gotta happen in order for what? For Yahweh Shai to come back and the kingdom of heaven to be established, man. Alright? Give me if you was not holding something, give me Acts 17.
You want it from the top?
Yeah, read from the top, man, because hey, just like when Paul and Silas, you know, they caused uproars, man. Alright? This truth was jacking up cities, man. You know? Same thing that's happening now on the earth. This truth is rocking the world, man.
Yep.
Right?
This is the book of Acts, chapter 17 and verse 1. Now when they had passed through Amphipolis and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica, where was the synagogue of the Jews. And Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them, and 3 Sabbath days reasoned with them out of the scriptures, opening and alleging that Hamashiach must need have suffered and risen again from the dead.
Right, so Paul was breaking this down. You know, Yahweh Shai suffered what he went through, breaking the scriptures down. Just like how we out here reasoning with our people daily, giving them the understanding through the Spirit, right? Making it plain upon tables, as the scriptures say. Go ahead, Al.
And risen again from the dead, and that this Yahweh Shai, whom I preach unto you, is Hamashiach.
Go ahead.
Verse 4, and some of them believed and consorted with Paul and Silas,
Yep.
and of the devout Greeks a great multitude.
Yep. Of the devout Greeks, these were the Israelite foreigners that believed.
Yep.
Right? Go ahead.
And of the chief women a great Salakia. And of the devout Greeks a great multitude, and of the chief women not a few.
Right, so you had women and men and women believing, man, that were being converted. Right? Go ahead.
But the Jews which believed not, moved with envy, took unto them certain lewd fellows of the baser sort.
Certain lewd fellows of the baser sort, grimy, low-life niggas, man. Right? They gathered them up to come against Paul. Right? For preaching the word, man. You got niggas that despise the truth. Go ahead, just like you got this time.
Yep.
Prophet killers or whatnot. Go ahead.
And gathered a company, and set all the city on an uproar.
See that? They set all the city up in an uproar. Right? We got to stop these guys. Go ahead.
And assaulted the house of Jason, and sought to bring them out to the people.
Go ahead.
And when they found not, they drew Jason and certain brethren unto the rulers of the city, crying, these that have turned the world upside down are come hither also.
Right, these that have turned the world upside down, they came here also. They in our city now. Same thing going on in the spirit right now, man. That this word, this truth, has turned the whole world upside down, man. Hey, people are thinking, man, thinking critically. They're looking into things, man. Researching, man. That energy is out there, man.
Right. A lot of old shit moments. Keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Verse 7, whom Jason hath received, and these all do contrary to the decrees of Caesar.
Right, so that's the same thing that was complaining back then. These men do all things contrary to Caesar. Same thing they say with us, right? These niggas do all things contrary to the way of America, all right? To the way of Christianity, right? They're twisting the scriptures, right? That's what these people say. Y'all false prophets, but y'all ain't got the truth. Y'all a hate group, terrorists, right? Read on.
That's heavy. Converting souls is a terrorist act.
It's a demanding job.
Yep. Continuing on, verse 8. Salakia. Verse 7 in the latter. And these all do contrary to the decrees of Caesar, saying that there is another king.
See? They're saying that Jesus Christ ain't real. They're saying his name is Yahweh Shai, man. Right? There's another king. They coming with a whole other gospel. That's basically what they're saying. Right? Go ahead.
One Yahweh Shai. And they troubled the people and the rulers of the city when they heard these things.
And they troubled the people and the rulers of the city when they heard these things. Is that not the same thing? Hey, Shalom. You know what I'm saying? So is that not the same thing going on now?
God. Verse 8. And they troubled the people and the rulers of the city when they heard these things. You know? So just like now, when this word is brought out, you know, as the scriptures say, when you depart from evil, you make yourself a prey. Right? When we detached ourselves from Babylon and when we cleaved unto the Lord, right? We automatically were hit with the labels of being extremists, terrorists, threats to society, domestic threats, all type of manner of false accusations, when really it's because of the Spirit of the Lord that's upon us, man. You know? And that's something that we have to understand more so now than ever, especially with the times that we're coming to of great persecution, man. All right? When they're preparing to roll against the saints and come down against our people with heavy persecution, all right? With heavy false accusations, right? In various different psyops, AI, artificial, augmented reality, all types of madness, you know what I'm saying, to try and just, you know, have us into a pit, man. You know, but they won't be able to prevail, man, at the end of the day against the Lord's elect.
Read down to verse 13 in that chapter.
God. Acts 17 and 10.
We just going through the parallels of what happened back then with Paul in Thessalonica and what's happening on the earth now. Right? Go ahead, Al.
Acts 17 and Salakia, verse 9. And when they had taken security of Jason and of the other, they let them go.
Right.
And the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews.
Right.
These were more noble than those in Thessalonica,
Uh-huh.
and that they received the word with all readiness of mind, and searched the scriptures daily, whether those things were so. So that's the spirit of the church of Berea, man. You know, which is always being exhorted by our head elders and apostles on down to search the things and not just go off of hearsay. All right? Whatever you hear a brother say, take the time to look up the information that's being presented to you, so that you have a surety within your mind that the things that you just were taught are in fact true, man. You know? Which is something that we're exhorting to these other people in these various different camps that are being taught a bunch of folly and doctrines that are contrary to the scriptures, man. We're encouraging them, look, you need to be searching the things that your teachers are telling you, man. Talking about some niggas server, we the niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What type of madness is that, man? You know, here it is, we coming back into our heritage, and you got our people that are still exalting themselves as niggas. Foolishness is folly. You know, but that's the spirit of the church of Berea, right? That's the nobility of searching things up to see if they're so.
It's 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High,
Right.
a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So to be able to discern and divide the truth, right, you have to study, man. You know, you have to take in the correct information, and then you have to go and search it out for yourself, man. Right? That way you can be found, you know, worthy by Yahweh Shai, man. If you're just taking everything at face value, that's how you fall victim to false doctrines, man.
That's what it means. That's what it means to make thy ministry, have full proof of thy ministry. No holes, no loopholes, man. No way to get around it, man. The truth is direct, cut and dry, man. You know?
Back in Acts chapter 17 and in verse 12. Therefore many of them believed, also of honorable women, which were Greeks, and of men not a few.
Honorable. So these were like Israelite foreigners that had status in society that believed. Is that not the same thing that's going on now?
Yep.
With your rappers and your athletes and your so-called celebrities? It's jakes that got particular status here that have mentioned who we are, that gave some type of leeway of the scriptures, you know, pertaining to our identity, the prophecies, what's going on the earth, man. So you had, just like how you had Jacob's status believing back then, you had the same thing going on now. Right? Is there any more?
Yes, a little more. Verse 13. But when the Jews of Thessalonica had knowledge that the word of Yahweh Shai was preached of Paul at Berea, they came thither also and stirred up the people.
Yeah, so they brought forth mobs and gangs, all right, to run Paul out the cities, man. It's the same thing they try to do to us on the internet, man. They got these gangs of Christians and shit coming together, niggas forming alliances together. Got totally whole different doctrines, but when they come together when it's against us. That's how you know these are some demons, man. Y'all don't even believe the same shit, but y'all somehow agree collectively together. Y'all good friends when it comes to against the truth in Yahweh.
That's that saying in the world, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly.
That's the spirit them niggas carry, man. Niggas got malice and hatred. Envy.
Yes. No. Go ahead,
One more of this?
Yeah, that was it. That was the point there. Unless you had anything. That was it? Now I'm talking about any more precepts?
Oh, I was gonna switch gears.
Oh yeah, switch gears, brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's spirit like the wind, right? You know,
Just tying everything together. You know, that persecution, you know, being defamed in this society is because of the testimony that we hold. You know, as was just we read in Acts the 17th chapter, right? Paul held the testimony, and look what happened to him: being chased out of cities, being demonized. And you got Revelation 19. You got that Deuteronomy 17.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 6. At the mouth of two witnesses or three witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death.
Right. In the mouth of the two witnesses or three. So really 2 witnesses is all that's needed to give an account of somebody's wickedness for them to be worthy of being put to death, man. All right. And in our case, right, there's 2 witnesses that have been brought up in these last days. Right? The 2 witnesses representing the southern and the northern kingdom, which we'll get into in Revelation, the 11th chapter. Right? These 2 witnesses have been risen up in these last days to prophesy against Mount Seir. All right? To proclaim the destruction of their society, to call out their wickedness, and to hold the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which ultimately, as we'll read in Revelation 19 and 10, is the spirit of prophecy.
So we gotta get that. Hold on. You mentioned it. Let me get that real quick. This is the book of Obadiah. Right? This is Obadiah 1 and last verse. All right, bear with me. Matter of fact, get that from me. Obadiah last verse. All right. My page is all stuck. Yep. Oh, I got it. Here we go. Obadiah 1 and 21, it says, "And saviors," going back to those 2 witnesses, right? "And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's." See, how about Shemel Shai?
Yep. Yeah, the Savior's being risen up, man. You know, the men of the Lord being risen up, proclaiming the downfall of this system and the coming of our King Yahweh Shai. You know, serving as those individuals that would bid our people to the marriage, man. You know, that's alluding to a transition of power.
I had a little more.
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah,
Yes. It says, I'll read it again. It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 6. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death. But at the mouth of 1 witness he shall not be put to death.
Right. So you got 2 witnesses, the southern and northern kingdom, and in this time, that 3rd witness can be likened unto these Edomites, these low-level Edomites that are whistleblowers. You know, that are calling out all of the madness and folly of Edom, right? As the scriptures say, the tongue shall fall upon themselves. Somebody grab Psalm 64 and 8.
Yeah, because the only reason why they tell it is because they didn't get part of the pie.
Right.
They didn't get no piece of that NWO pie, man. So Esau's just letting it out.
They gotta hear nigga down.
Right.
Here's an F-150, nigga. Leave me alone. Here's a 6-figure job. God damn.
Nah, you're not part of their next kingdom.
Right. 64 and 8.
This is the book of Psalm chapter 64, verse 8. So that shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
Right. These Edomites, the Lord is putting a spirit on some of these Edomites that were in high positions within the inner workings of Esau's, his upper echelon, so to speak. Right. And they're just coming down with this information about what Esau is planning to do. Right. And that's ultimately a witness against what Esau's plan is, man. Because they're speaking out against these things that Esau is doing that's worthy of death, man. You know?
So you know him. Yep. So you know him. It says, all that see him shall flee away.
Yep, all that see him shall flee away, man. Ain't nobody wanting to be partaking with Esau no more. You know, you had a think tank that got released about a year ago, where the European Union established America for the first time as a backsliding country. You know? Never mind the fucking 300, 400 years of backsliding that Esau has done, breaking treaties, you know, establishing covenants and then breaking it like 2 weeks later. You know what I'm saying? Esau is just being exposed at a high frequency in these last days because, as the scriptures tell you in Revelation 12 and 12, he knows that he had a short time. Right? He can feel the tension in the air. Right? This kingdom that he's built, you know, it was false. It was only meant to be given unto him for a period of time, but he's trying to establish now a pseudo-kingdom. And in his efforts to do so, to establish his eternal kingdom, what is his plan to do? Put implantable devices inside of the masses of the people to control them, right? Stifle them of resources and foods, to subject them to his plans, to bring order out of chaos, man. You know?
It's Proverbs 14 and 17. He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked devices is hated. right? So going back to all of his schemes being put out there, man, all his plans being exposed by his own people, right? These devils that have positions in the inner workings of his empire, just revealing everything. So a man of wicked devices is hated. So now that you're being revealed, you being hated, man. Obadiah said that he would be greatly despised. Because everything, the source of the problem, goes back to what? The 48er, the small hat. They run the government. They run the whole shebang, man. Right? And now the spotlight is on his ass, man. All right? The scope.
It's that Nahum 3rd chapter where it talks about their skirts being lifted up. You know, that skirt got lifted up. And like the elder said, man, it's two little Amaleks sitting on each other's shoulders over there, man.
Exactly.
You know, and that's who's behind the scenes doing all this wickedness, man. You know, who's pushing forward all these legislations. You know, it's Amalek, the so-called white man, the so-called Jew, man.
That's right. I got it. Just backing up elder. It's the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord our power concerning Edom. Esau, Edom is the so-called white man, the devil of the Holy Bible is always spoken.
That's right.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh side, and an ambassador sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise against her in battle. Here's the point, verse 2. Behold, I have made Esau bare. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. You know, so this devil here, he's being exposed on a very high frequency. You know, you got Jacob that's exposing Esau for all his wickedness. You got these heathens, right? And also you got Edomites exposing the devil, man, for his plans and what he want to do and all of that. You know how this devil here, he's behind pedophilia and all of that, man. You know, so the Lord is allowing this devil here to be exposed. Book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 16, it reads, Thou art filled with shame from glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered.
Yes, thou art filled with shame, glory. Right. So what's going on? The shame is being spewed. Matter of fact, read on.
Yes, sir. Continuing on, the cup of the Lord Yahweh right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be only.
Right, shameful spewing should be upon thy glory, man. So it's all coming out, man. Right? That's why you're getting hit with so many different psyops right now, man. Because all the pedophilia that's going on within the government and these people that hold power here, these Edomites, so-called white men, is all coming out. That's right. So they need the distractions, man. They need to keep people's minds all over the place, man. Right.
Because that'll cause a real uproar.
Exactly.
If these people really understood the inner workings of how America has a stronghold on pedophilia, child trafficking, you know what I'm saying, slavery, you know what I'm saying, these things that people think are cliche and don't happen, these people will really lose their fucking minds.
Exactly. That's why, what's his name? What's the devil? George Bush Sr. I don't know if it was George Bush Sr. or George Bush Jr., but one of them said it. They said, he said if the American people really understood how they do this shit in the government, he said they would hang all of us. He said that. But nobody even took time to put it together. But now we're in that time where, as the brother quoted, the skirt is being lifted up, man. You fucking white people are nasty, man. Yeah. It is what it is. You got all this shit to say. You know, you put yourself as the beacon of light, right? You put yourselves up as some type of standard of righteousness. You niggas are nasty, man. Yeah.
Beacon of filth.
Right. Yeah. You are. The scriptures say you are viler than the earth. Get that in Job. Right? Hey, the Lord said you are children of fools, man. All this shit that's being pushed in the earth, that's anti-Bible, anti-Messiah, is being pushed by who? Esau, man. The main villain of the fucking movie. Right?
I got it. This is Job 30:8.
Wow.
They were children of fools, children of base men.
Children of fools, children of base men. Right? We said Edomites talk about, I feel like I'm a woman changing himself to a 6-year-old little girl and shit.
Yeah.
Right? This is the type of society we live in, man.
Peace, brother.
Peace, brother. All right? Motherfuckers marrying trees and shit.
Yeah.
Having sex with cars. Humping dogs and shit. Right? This is the energy that's in the earth, man.
And the horses, amp them in the tail and all that.
Come on, man.
Edomites are disgusting.
GMO foods.
Yeah.
Shit burgers.
That's right.
Sewage meat. Right? This is the type of shit that we got to deal with here, man. But somehow, like, we gonna keep referring back to us. Somehow we the worst thing going. Somehow we destroyed the planet Earth. This nigga's dropping bombs on nations, man. He has biological warfare going on, man.
That's how you know, just tying back to the beginning of the lesson, right? This word is faithful and true. The scriptures tell you in Ephesians, the 2nd chapter, that the earth was given over to the prince of the power of the air.
Come on, man.
Spiritual demon saying. So these people's minds, when they see us, that flusters them because we're speaking contrary to that spirit. We come in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. You know, as opposed to the rest of the world, they have the spirit of prime example, the spirit of Satan on it.
Exactly.
You know, so everything that they see in this world is right on. It's good. It's good to them.
This guy is cloning people, man. He's splicing genes. He's mixing and mingling seeds. Right? He's defiling everything, man.
I got a quick word that I want to find, and it reads perfidious, and the word means deceit and trustworthy. That's good. Two-thirds of our people. But we talking about Esau, Edom right about now, man. You know, you can't trust this stuff. You know, pouring poop on damaged fruits and vegetables, man. Right? Printing 3D food and all of that, putting chemicals all in the air. You know, you can't trust this stuff.
Because you got to think that somebody that holds resources and influence over how the crops work, the things that Esau does, it's not for your betterment. That shit is all malicious. Like, think about it. What's the point of me defiling the air that I breathe? It's to destroy you. What's the point of me putting forward genetically modified food, though there's enough abundant food on the planet Earth for all of humanity? It's to kill you. Everything in Esau's heart. The scriptures tell you in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, that the spirit within him is not upright. So he's going to be at the forefront fucking with you on various different levels, man. And that information is coming out now that we're in the time of what? The whore being revealed. All right? Esau, Edom being exposed. Add a little bit more on that, Job.
Go ahead, brother.
Job 30:8 in the latter. They were viler than the earth.
They were viler than the earth, right quick. This is from livescience.com. It says FDA approves first pill made from human poop.
Yeah.
It says the Food and Drug Administration approved the second ever medical treatment made from donated human feces, man.
Niggas just doing shit.
No, man, this nigga's a fucking madman.
Niggas just doing shit at this point.
Right? It's all good, bro. We will just, you know, you got it, bro. We got it. Go ahead, man. That's the spirit. Hey, you speak him up. He come up.
Nigga had to dab you up. He said, hey, I do be doing that shit.
What you saying is true. We are wicked, guys.
That shit I ain't gonna deny. Hey, you caught me red-handed. You caught me red-handed.
The spirit sitting him up here to confirm it. Like, hey, you telling the truth.
Yeah, you see, he was right all over.
Exactly. I am wicked.
I got the definition for the word vile. It's a vile, according to the Free Dictionary. It says disgusting, loathsome, depraved. Continuing on, it says morally depraved, ignoble, or wicked.
Yeah, morally depraved, immoral, or wicked, man. This man doesn't have no regard for anything that's sanctified, man.
Yeah.
You know, anything that's deemed holy. Right? Go ahead.
It says disgusting, repulsive, unpleasant, or objectionable.
Yeah, that's these Edomites, man. And that's the spirit that they push in the earth. Filth, abomination, man. Go ahead.
Abominably wicked.
Abominably wicked, right? Damn. What month are we in?
Yeah.
We're in the month of pride, man. So-called. The mental illness month. Weirdo month, man.
Yep.
That's where we in right now, man. This shit gotta go, man.
And you know what's crazy? They're trying to merge the Juneteenth with the month of June, they're trying to associate the nasty people and propel Jake to the forefront to kind of like merge the two together. But that's all to accuse you niggas, man. You know, as the scriptures say, the accuser of our brother, man. He's trying to propel you niggas at the forefront of this wickedness so that he can see him as an innocent being, like he's just innocent and he's happy-go-lucky. No, that scripture is in reference to Esau, Edom. All right, as it tells you in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, that he setteth up the basis of men. The Edomites. Nasty motherfuckers. You look through history and you be like, there's no fucking way that they did half the shit they did. Yes, they did. Because they're the basis of men.
Peter McNasty.
You got more?
It says, it's like disgusting to the senses or emotions, foul.
Disgusting to the senses. Touch, smell, hear. What else? What are the 5 senses? Touch, smell, hear, sight. I can't think of the last one. Taste. Every attribute of the Edomite is just detestable to your senses, man. You be like, oh hell no. Get this nigga out the way.
Kind of diseases, man. All around it smell like wet sleeping bags.
We literally just smelled 3 motherfucking Edomites walk by and it smelled like a fucking wet dog convention just walked by, bro. Shit smelled terrible.
That one Edomite came up beside the window, shake hands, it smelled like a wet chicken. The Spirit of the Lord ain't dealing with you.
Nah, they opt out of the shower, man.
Yeah.
Any word that Job? Any word that?
That's it.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up in him is not right. It's like it's not upright in him.
There's no uprightness in him, man. There's no truth in him, man. All right, there's no righteousness in him. If you got these jakes that think they can convert an Edomite, there's not one good Edomite, man. Not one. Cut it out, man.
Never change the spots, right?
Absolutely not. Go ahead.
Saying on. But the just, stop it. The just shall live by faith.
That's it. All right. He is the wicked according to the scripture. All right, and he's going down. His society, his kingdom. All right, his mindset. All right, every intention that he's trying to forward on this earth is going to be stopped. All right, he's going to be destroyed by the power, man. All right, hey, wickedness is only going to prevail for so long, man. The Lord said that in 2nd Ezra, 15? Right, he said, I should no longer hold my tongue. Give me that one. 2nd Ezra 15. He said, I should no longer hold my tongue touching the wickedness. Yeah. Right, even though that's dealing with Jake. But hey, you can apply to Esau too, man. All right, and the Lord is fed up, and the sins of Babylon have reached into the heavens, as the scriptures say, man. Right?
Esau the enabler.
Yeah. And also scriptures say wickedness has exceeded through the whole earth.
Man.
Right? And who's the wicked according to this world, man?
Right.
Esau, Edom. Right. You know, so look what this devil has done, man.
Right.
Spice everything out of whack.
So 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 7.
Right.
Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
The Lord ain't holding his tongue no more concerning all this wickedness that's going on, man. That's why you've been seeing rappers dying, niggas getting offed, Edomites suffering serious judgments, and the Lord been getting busy on these heathen, on these other countries, man.
Oh yeah.
Earthquakes, mudslides, landslides, tsunamis and floods, train crashes. Man, the Lord ain't playing, man.
He's getting eaten by sharks.
Eaten by sharks and bears, right? Wild animals. You got certain spirits just popping up in people's houses and shit. Demons caught on camera. Man, the Lord working, man. Go ahead.
I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness,
That's right.
which they profanely commit.
In which they profanely commit, man. Go ahead.
Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
See that? So the Lord said, hey, enough is fucking enough. Right? Go ahead.
Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me,
Right.
and the souls of the just complain continually.
Hey, Lord willing, that's us. All right? We out here complaining continually. All right? Ezekiel 9 and what? 5? 9 and 4 and 5? You know, those that sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. We're supposed to be crying out, man. And we're the Lord's women. Right? We're the Lord's women. We're supposed to cry out, man. Here it is, Esau is about to come and try to defile us, man. With all this shit we see going on, man. He's forcing the agenda of the alphabeticals. He's about to come with the C-hip. Jacob's trouble. He's about to starve us out. He's about to cut off the water. He's about to black out America, right? In the name of right-wing terrorism. In the name of right-wing terrorism, right? These imaginary right-wing terrorists that are supposed to have access to the power grid and knock it out. So he coming with some shit, man. See, that's what we're supposed to be crying out, man. Go ahead, finish it out. Yeah, you got it.
It's Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4 in the Good News translation. It reads, "Go through the whole city of Jerusalem and put a mark on the forehead of everyone who is distressed and troubled because of all the disgusting things being done in the city." And as the elder said, man, you know, we're distressed, man. We're sighing and crying, man. You know, we're in a state of constant vexation in the midst of this madness, man.
Right.
You know, and like it says, because of all the disgusting things that are being done in the city, man. Like this shit going on that we don't even have an inkling of, man. You know, so just imagine if we knew everything that was going on, right? But we're in a constant state of vexation. Our souls are continuously crying out to the Lord to come and destroy this place, man. To get us out of here, man. You know, we're hastening the day for the Lord to finally get rid of all this wickedness, man.
That's right. It's the most wickedest place on earth, man.
Yeah.
Babylon the Great, man. Daughter of Babylon, man. All from the idolatry. Matter of fact, give me one more. Revelation 17. Start at verse 3 and read on down to where it says the mother of harlots.
Okay.
All right. All the abominations, all in all caps, and we'll stop there.
This is the book of Revelation chapter 17, verse 3.
Yep.
So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness,
Yep.
and I saw a woman sitting upon the scarlet-colored beast.
Yeah, the woman representing America. Right? The scarlet-colored beast going back to what? The 7 heads, 10 horns. Right? NATO and the EU. All right? The power structure of Esau. Go ahead.
Full of names, blasphemy.
Full of names of blasphemy. Go ahead.
Having 7 heads, 10 horns.
Go ahead.
And the woman was arrayed in purple.
And that purple is representative of royalty, a position of power. Go ahead.
And scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls.
They're going into the wealth and the resources. Right? Go ahead.
Having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations, filthiness, fornication.
Right. Read that part again.
Revelation chapter 17 in the latter. It's like 17 verse 4 in the latter. It reads, having the golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
Abominations and the filthiness of our fornication. Man. All manners of lewd acts, degeneracy is promoted and exalted here, man. That's right. All right? Go ahead.
Saying on, verse 5, and upon her head was written the name Mystery Babylon.
See, this is Mystery Babylon the Great, man. It's America. It's not the Roman Empire. It's not the Vatican, as they say. Right? It's America. Go ahead.
The mother of harlots.
The mother of harlots, man. Go ahead.
And abominations of the earth.
Right, an abomination of the earth. So pretty much America incorporated all the idols of the ancient kingdoms that we were subjected to, right? And they're all merged here in America, man. But called by different names, right? Baal, Moloch. Who else we got? The Queen of Heaven, Asheroth. Who else? Molech. You see what I'm saying? All the idols of the ancient world are exercised here, man. It's confusion. That's why you got down in D.C. you got how you say it? Obelisk, right? Which is supposed to be a rod.
We got one right here at the Charlotte Cross.
See? Right? The White House, all that, man. All the satanic symbols and what's the word I'm looking for? The symbols in there's another word I can't think of. I just had it. You know, there's just the signs and symbolism, man. Right? Which has all been manifest here. This is the place of confusion, idolatry, Satanism, lies. All right? All manners of wickedness. You know?
10 says, you know, that this place here is a city of confusion, man. You know, so all wickedness is pushed right here in Babylon the Great, which is America.
Right.
right?
Yep.
Spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. You know? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Rome 2.0.
That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, man.
That's right.
All right. So, hey, that's pretty much the point, man. Hey, we pray that this camp is edifying to the hopeful elect, all you brothers and sisters out there that believe in the gospel, the true gospel of Yahweh Shemel Shad. We're going to close it out by giving our praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakodash.
Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone who taught us the truth. Double citation to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to your brothers.
Shalom.
Shalom to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Kwame Yashua.
Kwame Yashala.
Bob the Bull.
Baba Ball.
Word.